أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بيكم تاني في حلقة أكلات ميكو. بس المرة دي احنا رجعنا فين؟ لمدينة الضباب والساعة، وزي ما انتم شايفين إن الساعة 3 الظهر بس الجو عامل كده. بس مش مهم، لأن احنا لما بنلاقي الموضوع كده بنخش جوه. جوه فين؟ جوه في قلب الثقافة نفسها، في قلب الحضارة، مش محتاجين نبقى بره. والنهارده عندنا ليكم في الحلقة 3 حاجات مهمين جدا جدا جدا. وأول حاجة هنقولها في بريطانيا، في عاصمة الضباب لندن، واللي هي مليانة كوزموبوليتان انترناشونال، فيها كل الناس. دلوقتي جايبين لكم حاجه اسمها الطبق، واللي هو موضوع مهم جدا، لان الباب هنا زي القهوه بالنسبه للانجليز، بيروحوا فيها وكلهم مع بعض وبيتقابلوا هناك، وكل حاجه بالنسبه لهم الباب. الباب ده مش بس كده، لا، الباب ده اول باب بيبيع اكل تايلاندي على مستوى بريطانيا. الكلام ده من امتى؟ اول باب، يعني اول باب. ومش بس كده، هو من الاماكن اللي بيجوا عليها كل السياح هنا، لان الباب هنا مكتوب على اسم واحد مهم قوي 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 قوي. ومش هقول لكم هو مين، لان انتوا هتعرفوا جوه. شوفكم جوه. السلام عليكم.
Welcome.
Thanks a lot.
Welcome
How are you?
to the pub.
Can I put this first?
You can you coat up now. It's nice and warm inside here now. It's not too cold here. Very cold outside now. It's like, that frost is here. I'll show you some of the pub. Yes. A little bit of history about the pub maybe. The pub is over 260 years old, you know.
Wow.
And it was built as a pub and always has been a pub. 260 years old.
I was 5 by
just
then.
A bit before my time, you know, and yours. Yeah, so he's very historic. And of course it's called the Churchill Arms. And the Churchill after the Second World War, you know, Winston Churchill played that big role in the success of the Second World War. So the brewery called the pub after him. And his grandparents used to live in Bedford Gardens, it's just next door.
It's next door?
His grandparents, yes.
Wow.
And they used to come in, so we're told. Yeah, so there we are.
So maybe that was the reason
that's
why...
That's right. It was one of the reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
And especially with the role he played in the Second World War, Churchill, you know, and so on. And of course, this is his 50th anniversary this week since he died. So there's a lot of news coming up now and so on. And the type of man he was, you know, his voice, the words, you know, the expressions.
It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
No, like, that's why I see him everywhere in your place.
He's quite.
Everywhere.
I love history, Miko. I love history myself, you know. So I'm obviously very interested, having got the pub with the name, like, and called after Winston Churchill. So of course a lot of memorabilia of Churchill himself. Of course, that's a lovely one there, a lovely painting there. And of course we have the American presidents there because of the friendship during the war and all the connection during the war.
He was half and half, yeah.
That's right. There he's over there, and I shot him in there as well. You know. So, and then of course I love pub memorabilia as well, because this is all chamber pots and various.
So you collected this stuff?
I collect all this stuff since I got the pub. That's right. Yeah. So
it wasn't like this. How long have you had the pub?
30 years, like, or this year. 30 years this year.
Oh, so
June,
me and this pub are like as old as each other.
That's why. There's 230 years still missing somewhere. But
that's okay. It's okay. Let's talk about the 30 for now.
It's a real old pub. It's got the old style, the old fittings. It's the feel of it. It's got the lovely old wood panelling, you know, on the walls and that. And the windows, with all that lovely leaded windows. Mind you, I have them all covered over with memorabilia now. You can hardly see them. It is the old style pub, one of the old style pubs, and it hasn't been changed in all those years. It has still got the the feel that it had
Fire.
260 years ago, and of course the fire as well. It's
This is amazing.
This time of the year, exactly. And the old screens, you know, those lovely screens on the counter.
Okay.
Snub screens they're called.
I love them.
They're Victorian, from Victorian days, yeah. So people would come in and sit here and just go like that.
Okay.
Didn't want their conversation to be heard behind the bar, you know? Just sit here and talk quietly. Then when they wanted service, they would just go like that. Say, excuse me.
Can I have this,
can I have
please?
a
Blah,
pint
blah,
of Guinness, please, you know, and say thank you very much. And the real old Victorian, and the real thing, you know. And we've kept them, which is great, which is nice, you know.
You know, when I come
and of
here,
course,
I don't know where to
memorabilia.
look.
Then I collect chamber pots. Years and years and years ago, they didn't have any outside loos or inside loos.
Okay.
That's what they were used for. Under the bed, under the bed. Yeah,
under the bed.
Get up at night and want to pee, you know.
Okay, you don't
chamber
have
pot.
to go
That's
anywhere.
right, yes.
Fantastic.
Even Churchill's chamber pot is on display at the Cabinet War Rooms, you know.
I see here like
Aeroplane.
gas mask and airplane.
Gas mask, yes, that's right, yeah. But we have gas masks, and you see we have them in there and there, and from the war days and that. And aeroplanes, see the old...
All your decoration is a bit...
It's all memorabilia.
What is more special is, then you have to tell us about, that you are the man who introduced kind of Thai food for the whole of Britain.
All right.
Considering this is the first pub.
Right, we were actually, that's right, 28 years ago, Miami.
What made it come to you?
Well, of course, food is very important. You need to serve food. People like to drink, but they need to eat as well. And for business, you need to have food. And I always wanted something different from the normal pub, English pub food, you know, something different. Yes, where people can get everywhere.
Yeah.
And we thought, Thai. I met a lovely chef. I got talking to him. He was very willing to come and work here, you know. And I thought, right, it'll be something different, something special. And I went to sample the food where in a restaurant. There was only a few restaurants in London then as well. I sampled the food. I thought, oh, the taste, the flavour. I thought, oh, beautiful. Something people would love at night time, I thought. So I made a decision, and I hired the chef. Wow. And since then, it's been going. We were the first pub in London to introduce Thai food.
And in Britain, obviously, because everything starts from London
that's
anyway.
True. First pub in London, first pub in England, first pub in Britain.
Do you know anything about his eating habits, how he used to eat, anything about Churchill?
Yeah, I would love to know that. I really haven't. I should have found all this out, but I would have liked to have known what was his favourite meal, dish.
Yeah, we need
I've got
to
try and find out that.
I'll find out and I'll come back for you.
Right,
I take it as a challenge. I take it more like a story, guys.
Yes.
But make sure in front of everybody, you tell them that أكلات Mico find that for you. Because I'm going to find that and I'm going to bring it all to you.
Right, well,
then we'll take a picture.
Just promise me now he's going to find out Churchill's favourite meals. That'd be wonderful.
So we add it in the menu and call Churchill Special.
Churchill's favourite. Yeah, Churchill's favourite, Mico.
Yeah, high five.
Wonderful.
That's the man.
Thank you, Mico, for that. Thank you for
okay.
idea.
It's only Gawlat Mico, like, trying to help.
Fantastic,
but
very nice.
Definitely we'll sort it out and we'll have to find out.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. And you let me know.
Thanks for the tour.
Right, we're
I'm
going to
have
the kitchen.
this, but I'll go to the kitchen now.
Lovely.
Kitchen time.
Kitchen time.
I love
Lovely.
this.
Now, Lily. Now we'll hand you over to Lily. Now.
Chef Lily.
Hello.
Hi there.
How are you?
How are you? I'm
Yeah,
very
well.
Kap Kung Kap.
Khopun Kap.
You see, I know some Thai. How's things?
Yeah, you know speak Thai, yeah?
A little bit.
A little bit Thai, yeah.
I know I know a lot of things like sway.
I also beautiful,
Sway.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
I know Kap Kung Kap.
Khopun Kap. Thank you.
Thank you. I
Do
know.
you like Thai food?
I know Bom Lakul.
Oh, Phom Lak Kun, I love you.
I love you.
Yeah.
I know.
You know too much.
I know a lot.
You learn too much for
Thai.
the Thai language.
But I want to learn about the Thai food now.
All right.
Especially the Thai food is going everywhere in
Yeah,
Britain now, or in the world.
Yeah. Pad Thai from Bangkok. The Bangkok is very good for the Pad Thai and masaman and curry and everything in Thailand. Very good food.
So you're from Bangkok?
I'm from Bangkok.
As origin as it comes.
Yeah.
So now we want to see like By the way,
Yeah.
pad thai
Pad
is
Thai,
one
yeah.
of my favorite dishes.
Yeah. Okay. We do.
In a whole food, not
Yeah.
just in Thai food.
Yeah.
In Thai food, I'm not really a fan of the curry,
Yeah.
but I love pad thai. So
Yeah.
if that pad thai is
Yeah.
good, I would know it's good.
I teaching you how to do pad thai.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready, boss.
Yeah. One spoon for the
Just vegetable oil?
vegetable oil, and open the fire. Yeah, look the fire. When the oil in heat is hot, hot. You put prawn. Yeah, prawn. And you want chicken also?
Yeah, chicken, why not?
chicken also. And then you can stir that. You can stir like this for a few minutes. For cook, for the seafood and chicken all together for the oil.
So you get the same amount of
Yeah,
time?
yeah. And then after that, you put the egg. One egg. Yeah, one egg. Put the egg in there. Yeah. For the egg dry. Yeah. Like this. Keep about few minutes.
Okay.
For the egg dry. Yeah. The egg is dry.
So
Yeah.
we want the egg
Yeah.
to dry.
And put the rice noodle.
White noodle.
Rice noodle.
Rye noodle, yeah.
Rice noodle, put in there, and then stir, stir like this, and put some a bit stock soup, vegetable soup, You turn around, turn the fire low, and then put the 1 spoon for the chili sauce,
Okay.
and 1.5 spoon for the sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sugar.
Yeah, and 10 fish sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's that? Oyster
Yeah.
sauce or
No, fish sauce.
fish sauce?
Yeah,
Okay.
10 for fish sauce. Yeah, and 10 for lemon juice.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
How long you been cooking?
Oh, 25 years already.
25 years.
Yeah.
I was 5 years old then.
Now?
No.
Me?
When you started cooking, I was 5 years old.
Yeah, about 20 years. 1 spoon of peanut and 1 spoon of pickle
Pickle, okay.
and 1 spoon of dry shrimp.
Of what?
Dry shrimp.
Oh, dry shrimp, yeah.
Dry shrimp, yeah. And then, you stir. Yeah. Stir, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And then you put some bean sprout. This one bean sprout. Yeah. Yeah, bean sprout. Yeah, and stir bean sprout for.
You're very
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And put some carrot and
yeah.
spring onion. Yeah.
أنا عشان أفتكر الطبق ده بيتعمل إزاي.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's it, yeah. And the cooking already done.
It looks easy, but it's not very easy.
Yeah, look easy, but
Like
not
you
very
cannot
easy.
do this.
Yeah.
No.
You can
that.
try. You can try this one for how to do.
I can't.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah.
Look.
No.
The left
Yeah.
even not carry.
Yeah. 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 Oh, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It
Very
can,
good. Yeah.
But
And
still difficult.
that's it. Yeah.
You are more professional.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And put in the plate. Yeah. This
That's it.
one the
It's
plate.
done.
Yeah. Done.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and about 5 minutes. And then put in the plate. Yeah, I give you the spoon for tasting, yeah. Very good on it.
I'm not gonna eat all of this on my own, but I'll eat it. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna try now.
yeah, you try now.
So we'll just see. This is why I call it try before you buy. Okay. You don't have like chopsticks.
No, we and in the Thai we don't have chopstick in the Thai. We don't use the chopstick in the Thai, not Chinese. That's why, and And in Thailand, okay, but noodles, soup noodle, we can use the chopsticks, but the pad Thai or pad siu
How do you
or
eat
pad
it then?
for the fork and spoon. It's good.
The best. I swear, the best outfit is. Because I always go here to a place, I don't want to say the
Yeah,
name.
that's why I put the peanut on top because very nice one. for
It's very
cooking.
nutty يا جماعة. الباد تاي دي تحفة، ما فيهاش أي حاجة، ما خدتش وقت. بس تحفة ومفيدة جدا، وفيها فراخ وفيها جمبري وفيها مكسرات وفيها حاجات كتيرة وانتوا حرين. احنا بنشكر الشيف وبنشكر كل الناس اللي قعدت تتفرج علينا النهارده في الحتة دي. شيف from أكلات ميكو, we all thank you for
Yeah,
delicious
thank you.
dish.
Yeah,
أنا كيبي.
yeah.
أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم. النهارده ميكو من أكلات ميكو جايين عندنا مهمة زي ما أنتم عارفين. زي ما رحنا البار بتاع تشرشل وما عرفناش الطبق المفضل بتاعه إيه، النهارده أنا جيت في المكان اللي كان بيستخبى فيه من أيام الحرب العالمية الثانية. في كل حاجته فيه من ساعة ما سابوا اليوم، من أول ما سابوا وكل حاجة زي ما هي. جم بس عملوها وظبطوها بس وسابوا كل حاجة زي ما هي. يعني الحرب والأكل والشرب واي حاجه تخص تشرشل والحرب العالميه الثانيه وانا هخش ادور لان في مؤرخ هيقول لي اللي بيحصل. ده الطريق. اوه sacred room, huh? Oh, hello. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Jerry. Sorry.
Welcome. I'm Terry Charman. I'm the senior historian at the Imperial War Museum, London, who are responsible for the maintenance of these, the Churchill War Rooms.
Fantastic. So I found the right person.
You found the. I hope you found the right person. Yes.
No, I'm
I
sure
hope you have. I hope you have. Yes. And this is the map room, obviously, in the Churchill War Rooms. And this was one of the nerve centres of Britain's war effort during the Second World War. And of course, the leader of Britain during the Second World War was Winston Churchill. He became Prime Minister in May 1940. He came down to these rooms, underground, Whitehall, the nerve centre of Britain's government, and he said, from here, this is where I will direct the war. Constructed in 1938, early 1939, and became operational a week before Britain went to war on the 3rd of September 1939.
Exactly the right time.
Yes. And we've got there the calendar marked the 16th of August, and that was the 1945. That was the day all the staff here just went upstairs and left.
Wow.
And they were more or less left like this until the early 1980s. When the Imperial War Museum took over the responsibility of running them, and we've turned it into a museum.
At the time of the war, nobody knew that Mr. Churchill was here.
It was top secret, absolutely top secret,
So,
yes.
where he would spend his most time?
Well, I think that probably the most time down here was spent in the actual cabinet room. London was bombed for 57 consecutive nights.
Wow.
Sometimes in daytime as well. One gap, one day, grace because there was fog, and then it carried on for 72 nights virtually. Yes,
Bombing every day.
bombing every day. So the cabinet came down and met here, and that's really where Churchill was most of the time, because he didn't like, as he put it, burrowing underground in the hole, as he puts it. He liked to be up above, and sometimes watching the bombing from the roof of the Air Ministry in Whitehall. This is the Prime Minister's dining room. And it's laid out for Churchill and Mrs. Churchill. Churchill, he enjoyed his food and drink terrifically. And he started the day with a very ample breakfast, what is now called a full English breakfast. Bacon, eggs, fruit juice, toast. One thing that he wasn't very typically British about was marmalade.
Marmalade?
Yes, because in those days most people would have had finished the meal off with toast and marmalade, but Churchill, which is bitter orange.
Yeah.
But Churchill didn't like marmalade, so he had black cherry jam. And that's the only thing where I would clash with him, because I love marmalade.
So where everything, the food here, where was it happening?
Well, it was, the kitchen is down here.
So my mission today, I'm coming here to find out what's like Churchill's favorite dish. If I'm gonna put something in the menu for Churchill, what would it be?
So I think roast beef.
That's good.
The roast beef of Old England, yes, as it was called. That would, I think, was Churchill's favourite meal.
And to give him...
And that's what he had on his 90th birthday at lunch that day, so...
roast beef he had...
On his 90th birthday.
That even if this is not his favourite dish, well, this is why he had the last meal that we know here.
Well, he oops.
I always make in trouble. Is this sold from that day?
It's all from that period, yes.
So everything is right now expiry date. If there is one last fact, just before we leave, to tell us about Churchill, some interesting fact, what would it be?
Well, I think Churchill's greatness, a fact, lay in his knowledge and appreciation of history. That, okay, sometimes they were right, the things he made mistakes. I mean, he was only human, but he could pluck out of the past examples from history and apply them to the present. And I think that's something, they won't say it, that the politicians and statesmen lack today.
Yeah,
a sense of, a knowledge of history.
Yeah, 100%.
And that was the great fact, I think.
And just food-wise,
Churchill wasn't a great fast food fan at all, you know. Sit down to a proper meal, you know, with a nice glass of champagne or two.
So great, now I have a mission to accomplish.
You've got a mission.
Go back and let this man and let the Churchill Arms have a new dish under Churchill's name in their menu.
Right, well, jolly good. Best of British luck, as we say.
Thanks a lot, I need it. 100% I need it. Thanks a lot for everything today, Mr. Terry, and I will definitely see you soon.
Yes.
Alone without them.
My pleasure, my
Same
pleasure.
here. Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. جينا لكم تاني معاكم ميكو من قدام البار بتاع تشرشل، واللي هو كان فيه الراجل اللي اسمه مين؟ من الاخر جبت المعلومات الصحيحه وجاي النهارده اقول للراجل انا جبت لك المعلومات ويلا بينا بقى نحط المعلومات في الطبقات. Don't you want to know about the dishes?
The dishes?
Yeah. What's his favorite?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, let me tell you a few facts. Let's imagine I'm a Churchill for a minute.
Right.
I'm a Churchill for a minute.
Right.
I wake up in the morning.
Yes.
I eat chicken.
Right.
This is Churchill.
Yeah.
I love my champagne very much.
Right, yes.
This is Churchill.
Yeah.
I like my Sunday roast. And
Yes.
nothing can beat that in the world.
That's right. That's right. Agreed.
And the last thing, one of his luxurious items that he used to absolutely love, besides the Sunday roast and all of this, oysters.
Oh, oysters.
He was a big fan of oysters.
Really? Right.
Had some chicken in the morning.
How about that? Right.
So me and you speak to the chef and chef.
Lily. Right. We're coming now. We're going into Lily here.
Okay.
Lily.
Any day, and
Sunday
roast
roast.
beef with potato,
Yes.
and
vegetable.
carrots and oyster sauce. Yes.
Oh, okay. Oyster sauce. I like this.
Yeah.
So roast beef with oyster sauce.
Yeah.
Right.
Then we and some chicken as well.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm only joking. It's a downy.
Okay. Right.
Guys,
how about that?
That's amazing. My job is done. Actually, thank you, chef. I want to finish all of this so I can go.
And thank you for telling me something new today. I learned something new about Churchill.
You guys have a great project here, and I just wanted to support.
He liked oysters. I didn't know that.
No, I.
And roast beef, I thought he might.
Man is a man of luxury. He's a Churchill. He's not just any man in the world.
He's going to be on the £5 notes as well next year. So
come on. So look,
print our own money.
Imagine. Guess what? Oklat Mico is one step ahead. Why?
Yes.
Because we recognize Churchill before England does.
That's right.
We put him in our episode. They only put him in the money next year. Next year.
So we'll be
tell them we 2008 and you guys 2000 and late.
Yes. well.
اشوفكم بعدين يا عم انتوا وجعتوا لنا دماغنا والله كده. هو طبق وحطوه عليه الباقي. مش حسبة برمة. مش الموضوع مش محتاج يعني حاجة صغيرة يعني.